This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's roll! Just look at this. I took the bucket off. Look at this. It's just garbage. I mean, this is like some kind of thing for, like, I think that's for, like, what? Wallpaper? Just crap. Just like stuff that got put on here. What's in here? What's this? These old lures. I don't know. Maybe I put some of it on too. Like look here. Look at this. Look at this. It's like a storage area around the house. So, anyways, this was a lot easier than I thought to take off. It was an old Harbor Freight hitch pin or hitch lock. And I put it on here just in case word got out and tweakers wanted to come steal my grinder. Like back in 05 or so. So I put that on there like that. But I'm glad it was easy to cut because I couldn't find the key for it. So, but yeah, it's look at this stuff. Look at this, just garbage. And this here I had a Harbor Freight, some hoses for a Harbor Freight dust remover, and so I'm gonna get this cleaned up. I'm gonna pull this out, sand it, finish it. I have I'm going to try to figure out a way to set up some sort of plexiglass deal that I can temporarily remove and just to kind of catch all the dust. I might do some system like that where it just kind of slides in like a big plexiglass partition. I can pull it out, vacuum it, because this is part studio now. You know what I mean? And this thing here, I never really had any luck using this. I didn't really care for this. It's a grinder from Harbor Freight. I might take that to the thrift store and donate it. This is space. To me, space is more valuable than something I'll seldom use. I'd rather have space and places to work on things. And I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get a bench. Some guys use a bench. This is kind of harder on my back, on my lower back. Standing and grinding. Maybe I need to change positions if I were to raise this up. Originally, it used to be like over here. Then I had a rack over here, or pegs over here. I put my stuff in it. I kept bumping into it. I'm bumping all kinds of crap out here. So this is really cool to get this just all vacated. Get it all just cleaned up. And redo everything. And I'm going to put some sort of backing back here. I don't know if I'm going to do like splashback or something there. Just something there to kind of give it some ornamentation. And yeah, give that just kind of give it a little bit of, just kind of make it to where, like I say, I'm more about the content. I really don't right now don't care about selling knives. I'm not dickering with people for prices and whatnot. I'm not doing that, or I'm not going to sit there and have a bunch of stuff. A long time ago, someone said that my knives were kind of crude, and it's like, okay, but I gave what I would give is I would give a person $45 worth of custom knife. Okay, I give them $45 worth of custom knife. I mean, for a while I would look around and I would be like I started to look around and I thought could have been at one time actually the most inexpensive handmade knife maker at the time for what I offered and what I charged. I don't know. I'm not quite sure if I never made a sale of one knife over $100 at the time. So I'm kind of like leaning down to get my face in this, but I don't think I ever made it. I think everything was like 45 to like 88 if I remember correctly in my prices, and it's just not worth it then. To me the content is more valuable than the sales. Okay, so who knows, I might have all this massive inventory of blades and just someday I sell them. Maybe someday. I'll tell you one thing. They're not going to anybody after I die. My power of attorney will basically take them somewhere like to a crusher and have them all destroyed before I let anybody have any of them. You know, if I can't enjoy the profits of that on this earth, I'm not going to sit there and let somebody, I'm not going to give them something away for free, even in my death, that they're going to be destroyed. So that's what I think about it. And it's just not worth. Now eventually maybe somebody says, oh, I gotta have that, and it's all right. Well, what's it worth to you? Make it worth my while. Maybe I'll get one. But right now, this is just starting to produce content, and maybe later when things get bigger, I can rent an actual facility with actual like with power. I know a millwright who can help me set up wiring and where things need to be, optimum placement for stations, stuff like that. He was used to setting up agricultural facilities and food processing facilities. So when that bridge comes, it's time to cross. Right now this is in the hobby realm, and I'm in the hobby realm, and I'm just kind of restarting everything, and I'm just doing that right now. So So yeah, we'll see what happens. So, all right. Well, I can't just talk about it. Things, I need to do. I thought about making a sign. That said "Behemoth Knives," or like I always used to say, "Don't talk about it, be about it." And I used to always say the same thing when my butt was dragging at the end of my day job, and I was tired and I was exhausted. I'd always ask my dad, I'd say, oh, do you think I ought to go out there and do these blades? He'd say, you're not going to go do it. You're not going to do it. But when I was feeling more chipper, and I was feeling like actually doing some stuff, I would tell myself things don't do themselves. This knife isn't going to make itself. I got to make it. So this thing isn't going to refurb itself. And to tell you the truth, I'd rather get cracking on this than explaining myself to you, right? Those are the like cubby holes. Gotta pull those staples out right there. Come over to here. There's the grinder. Remove from pieces. There's the bench. Gonna go ahead and pull that box off. I'm gonna stain that too. So I don't know if I'm going to stain the inside. Yeah, I'll stain the inside. I'll see how much urethane I got to go around. Main thing is getting the urethane up here. Everything else will be secondary. I prefer to do the whole thing with urethane, but we'll see what happens. And then there's my tipman. I'll have to move that out of the way, move the planer out of the way, and I should get it all rolled into the center here, and I'll start sanding and staining. So that's how far along I am. Took a little while, but we're getting there. So here it is, guys. That's the back of the table. So here's the supplies, of course. I got my reading glasses on. Got my dual cartridge. I'm going to be using a Minwax wood finish semi-transparent red mahogany, and a polyurethane over the top when I'm done with that. I don't know if I'm thinking I'm running a 5-inch hook and sand. I might do, I think I will start off at 60, at least on some of the larger areas. I'll start off on 60, see if it'll take it down a little bit. Drop to 80, of course, drop to 120, end up at 150, and begin the stain. Got a staining pad. Got my 5-inch hook and loop sander, and then for the diamond plate, I have the diamond plate outside. I'll be using stainless steel to mount that diamond plate on. I might actually go ahead and run stainless steel hardware on everything else too. Just replace it all. Just buy some stainless steel in 9/16 because it'll. Not going to touch the camera because I'm not getting any stain on my tripod, okay? Not bad. Kind of going a little thick on it. Anything falling through the cracks? No. Good. It looked really. It looks like tiger stripes. Like the low sections were like a black color. The high sections were a red color. Then when I hit it with the urethane, it had that three-dimensional look to it. It looked really good. On air. So that's 2 coats. That's 2 coats, guys. Turning out pretty good. So I think I'm gonna let this set up tonight, kind of flash out a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and Come back tomorrow night, maybe put 2 more coats on, and then maybe next weekend or this coming couple days I'm going to go ahead and do those cubby holes. And of course I still got to paint the base of the grinder, get that all spiffied up. And over here I got a red for this wall over here. So that's where I laid the tracks down. That's where the bottom half will go. And I will have to take the 2 corners out the side there so it fits in those 2 sections of trim. So it's about a 1/2 inch in. So not necessarily true all this up, but you can see this is kind of protruding over here a little bit. It's protruding over there a little bit. This portion of the wood here is protruding out. I'm thinking, see right there, it's kind of coming out. So I'm thinking this is sitting behind it. So I'm thinking, well, if that's a 1/2 inch in, then maybe I ought to go right to the edge of it. Do it the same way. I'll just clamp it to there. I'm lightly clamping it. I'm not trying to make, I don't want to make any depressions in the urethane job I just did, so. Alright guys, so got it in. Yeah, I thought this thing would have been a lot more redder, more of a crimson. I thought, well, it looks kind of nice. I thought, you know what, this thing looks like a hair salon in a bad side of town that barely passes code in the year 1997. Okay, so that says anything to you. Oh yeah, I'm liking that already. Or I could kind of go halfway over and let the old stuff kind of come through. It's very like this, do it like this. Kind of just leave some areas of it coming through. Kind of internet-y, huh? What do you think? Alrighty guys, so here it is. The red mahogany stain, the urethane on it. Did my cabinets. Did the plexiglass. I had to add this for the plexiglass. Probably should have, I had a little boo-boo there with the plexiglass, but cat's jumping around at something over here. So metal guy did a good job of bending the diamond plate 90 degrees. I have an extra piece of diamond plate I'm actually put down here, and put a little container on the end of it, maybe like a piece of pipe on the end of it to catch sparks and stuff. If I start doing titanium, I don't want to, hit the polycarbonate or anything. So here's the cabinets. Here's that aluminum I added. Here's the cubby holes. So I have space here for my tools, my arbor press, toaster oven. So it's all enclosed. I'm going to put some silica packs in here and see if I can keep it kind of a dry environment. There's that great big old wheel. Might actually do my first knife with that big wheel. Oh yeah, there's another little 6-inch wheel I got over there. Got to put in here. Finishing wheel. Then there's the fork tip and all that. Here's the little space for, I kept the work sharp and everything else. There's the Kydex press. I painted the Kydex press. So hopefully that should mitigate some of that dust. The green turned out pretty good. I'll go ahead and fire this thing up and see how it sounds here. It's a Baldur NEMA 4X controller. I probably, if I had one of these machines, I thought about, there's certain machines that they sell without the NEMA 4X. They're probably great for shaping and doing things like that, but it's almost a must-have for me to do any type of polishing or anything else, especially when I drop down to these real fine micron belts. What I might actually do is take this arm off and store it underneath and put a cover over this at night. Or when it's not in use for any period of time. But that's the and also another thing too, down here, of course, I screwed up and I messed up on the, I was a couple of goof ups. So I had masonite on there, and then I put clear, and then I broke the clear, or whether I was drilling it wrong or whatever. My old man had 1/4 inch thick tinted polycarbonate, so I found tinted polycarbonate. Of course, hindsight being what it is, I probably would have cut. I'm a lot better at cutting polycarbonate after this job was done. But I put polycarbonate under here so the cats couldn't pee underneath it or get underneath it. And then there's also another section of polycarbonate that I put in with some hinges, so I can go ahead and open those bolts up and lift it up and store things underneath it without the cats getting under there and peeing underneath it too. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked that it's all done. So hey, don't let people hate on your new knife workstation and your new refurbishment. Don't worry about the haters, just let the haters worry about you. See you on the next one.